A police dog attacked his own handler after 3 years of separation. But wait, this isn't what you think. What happens next will absolutely destroy you. This is the story of Bruno and Officer Mike, a bond so strong, not even tragedy could break it. For 7 years, they were inseparable. Bruno wasn't just a police dog, he was Mike's partner, his protector, his best friend. Together, they stopped armed criminals, tracked down missing children, saved countless lives on the streets. When Mike gave commands, Bruno responded without hesitation. When danger came, Bruno was the first to jump in. They were a team. Until one terrible day changed everything. It was a routine pursuit, a suspect fleeing on foot through a residential neighborhood. Mike and Bruno were right behind him. But the suspect turned into an alley, and Mike didn't see the metal pipe until it was too late. The impact was devastating, traumatic brain injury. Mike was rushed to the hospital where he slipped into a coma for 3 weeks. When he finally woke up, he couldn't remember his own name, couldn't recognize his wife, his children. The doctors said his memory might never fully return. And Bruno was lost without him. The department couldn't keep him. He was 9 years old, past his prime working years. They told Mike's family that Bruno needed to be retired immediately, adopted out to a civilian family. They had no choice. For months, Mike struggled through rehabilitation. Slowly, painfully, pieces of his memory started coming back. His wife's face, his daughter's laugh. And then one day, sitting in his hospital room, he remembered Bruno. "Where's Bruno?" He asked his wife. "Where's my partner?" The silence that followed broke him. His wife had to tell him the truth. Bruno was already adopted, living with a new family across the state. The department said it was better this way, that Mike needed to focus on his recovery. Mike was absolutely destroyed. The one thing he wanted most in the world was gone, and there was nothing he could do about it. 1 year passed. Mike learned to walk again, to talk again, to live again, but there was always something missing, a hole in his heart that nothing could fill. One Saturday afternoon, he took his 6-year-old daughter Emma to the local park. She wanted to play on the swings. Mike sat on a bench, watching her, trying to remember what happiness felt like. And then, across the field, he saw him, a German shepherd, playing fetch with a young couple. Something about the way the dog moved, the way he carried himself, Mike's heart started pounding. "Bruno," he whispered, too quiet for anyone to hear. The dog's head snapped around like he'd been shot, his ears perked up. His entire body went rigid. Mike stood up slowly. His hands were shaking. He called out again, louder this time, "Bruno." What happened next, no one in that park will ever forget. Bruno exploded, ripped the leash clean out of his new owner's hand. Full sprint. 70 pounds of pure muscle and emotion charging across that field like a missile. People were diving out of the way. He hit Mike like a freight train, knocked him flat on his back, and then the whimpering started. Bruno was crying, actually crying, licking Mike's face over and over, pawing at his chest, making sounds that dogs aren't supposed to make. Mike wrapped his arms around him and just broke down, sobbing, both of them shaking. Emma was crying. Strangers in the park were crying. Everyone watching knew they were witnessing something sacred. Bruno's new family slowly walked over. The wife had tears streaming down her face. She looked at her husband. He nodded. They both knew. "He's not ours," the woman said quietly. "He never was." They handed Mike the leash. No questions asked, no hesitation. Because anyone with a heart could see the truth. Bruno already had a home. He always did. That night, Bruno went back where he belonged, curled up at the foot of Mike's bed, just like he had for 7 years before. The bond between a handler and their canine isn't just training. It's not just partnership. It's love, pure, unconditional, unbreakable love, and not even tragedy, not even time, not even 3 years of separation could destroy it. Bruno was finally home.